Do you ever feel overwhelmed by the ever-changing world of technology? Tech It Out can help make some sense of it all. Breaking down geek speak into street speak, technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman covers consumer technology each week for every listener. Mark tackles the latest news, reviews, and how-tos to help you understand what's hot, what's not, and why.
Hey everyone, welcome to Tech It Out, episode number 70. That's right, the show debuted in July of 2017. If this is the first time that you've tuned in, thank you. Welcome to Tech It Out. This is a weekly radio program and podcast that's meant to demystify technology as much as I aim to celebrate it. So it's okay if you're more tech shy than tech savvy. We do have a great show planned for you this hour. We're going to talk Black Friday deals with Flipp, one of my favorite apps for saving you money. We'll learn about Rocket Piggy, a new app that teaches financial literacy to kids in a fun and engaging way. Speaking of kids, we're going to talk with Tankee about their new kid-friendly video platform. All of this and more on Tech It Out. If you think your travels are demanding, wait till you get a load of Mike Libecki, a climber turned National Geographic explorer who has traveled to the most remote places around the globe, from Antarctica to Greenland. And he often relies on tech throughout his travels, even in the most extreme conditions. Joining us on the line to talk about phones, tablets, laptops, and cameras, we've got Mike Libecki with us for the next few minutes. Thanks for your time, Mike.
Hey, I really appreciate you having me, and I really love to share the magic and power and beauty from this planet. So thanks for the opportunity.
Awesome. Now, before we talk tech, tell us a bit about your work. Tell us about yourself.
Really it comes from what I call organic enthusiasm and following a true passion of adventure. And like you said, I use a lot of tech to make these expeditions, these explorations possible. But really, for Sign of the Times, it's also a call to action. So sharing the stories from the adventures that I go on is not only trying to get people involved with caring more about our planet, but just, getting out there and embracing the time is now and really asking that question of wild, rash, and passion.
Have you always been adventurous? I mean, from a young age, or did you sort of grow into that as you got older?
Yeah, so, I grew up near Yosemite National Park in California, and, I really loved mathematics and physics. I really loved history of exploration. And Yosemite National Park is pretty much the center of the universe for climbing. And so I kind of naturally evolved to Yosemite, started climbing, and found these mathematical equations. Fast forward 25 years later, that's over 75 major expeditions, 100+ countries of exploration, and just falling in love with the planet and people and culture. And it's been a fascinating ride. And really the best part, I should say the second best part about going on these adventures is being able to share the stories. And again, that magic and power and beauty from our planet.
Assuming the first part is what you were saying, the best part rather is being able to go to these amazing places on the globe and meet fantastic people and experience different cultures. And then after that, the next best thing is to share that with your audiences. Is that what a professional explorer does, is capturing your experiences and then sharing them with the community?
Yeah, and yes, and you nailed it. The best part, of course, is being out there, being in the moment, embracing all of these experiences. But again, the second best part is being able to share this stuff with the world. And I think that's really authentically where the tech comes in, from the cameras I'm using to the communication tools. I mean, without the teamwork of tech, you can't share any of this, especially with today's day and age of social media and the quality of the tech that we want to take. I mean, one of the major goals is not just sharing these stories, but how can I share these stories in the highest quality possible today? And that's really the challenge, and some of the inspiration is sharing this stuff to really get people emotional, really bringing them as close as possible with me without actually doing so. And that's not only a challenge, but it's an incredible process.
I'm assuming you use some sort of SLR, single lens reflex camera, or other high-end camera to capture photos and videos?
Absolutely. So from still imagery to video, I mean, we're really looking for, and I want to reemphasize teamwork. So going out with some of my best friends that are some of the best filmmakers and photographers in the world, I'm also a videographer and photographer. But from DSLRs to mirrorless cameras to, using 8K video cameras and pushing into HDR and new tech of audio, even in real time, using tech to go out in the field, whether it's Antarctica or Madagascar or Greenland or Afghanistan, being able to go live in the moment via satellite from anywhere in the world and share the experience as it's happening is even more powerful and emotional. So there's a full equation of how can we get these stories and share them the highest quality. And it's absolutely fascinating, and it drives me every single day to learn and to absorb how I can do that.
I just want to break down some of that geek speak into street speak for the listeners out there. You mentioned a couple of acronyms and buzzwords. So an SLR is a larger single lens reflex camera that you might wear around your neck on a lanyard. It often has interchangeable lenses and a large sensor. A mirrorless camera is smaller, but same in the sense where you're getting more of a professional looking photo opposed to a point and shoot camera or a smartphone. And often with interchangeable lenses as well, but not always. But it's a smaller body, a smaller form factor without sacrificing much quality. You mentioned shooting in 8K. So this is 4 times the resolution of a 4K TV. So in plain English, 32 million dots or pixels make up an 8K image. And most of us don't have a TV that can support that, but you're obviously future-proofing the video that you're capturing. So we can play them back even in a few years from now with the best possible quality. And then finally, you mentioned HDR or high dynamic range. A lot of these new TVs, including 4K TVs, have this extra ability to bring out more color and contrast and brightness and just really bringing that image to life in front of your eyes. And it's amazing that you're able to capture it, whether it's on top of a mountain or in a village that most of us will never have the opportunity to visit. So we can all use technology to see what you saw through your own eyes. We're chatting with Mike Libecki. He is a climber turned National Geographic explorer who's joining us to talk about the tech he uses to capture and share these amazing memories. And you can go to MikeLibecki.com. By the way, I encourage our listeners to do so, to check out his work. That's Mike, Libecki. So what about when it comes to laptops, Mike? You're obviously documenting your travels. I don't know if it's a travel blog or you're writing an essay or what have you. What do you use on the go?
I'm glad that you brought that up, because I want to talk about, I mentioned the teamwork and the tech partners that I have. Without that teamwork, without that synergistic flow, none of this is possible. So, when I'm out in the field, imagine minus 67 degrees Fahrenheit or 120 mile an hour winds, or the opposite spectrum of, 98% humidity, 127 degrees. My tech, my equipment, my gear absolutely cannot fail. And really, I do go out and I test a lot of product. Can it survive one of the expeditions I'm on? And, I want to bring up one of the main partners. I work with Dell very closely with their rugged product. And so I'm able to take out the rugged laptops, the rugged tablets. And it's really interesting because, a lot of times I'll take tech out there and I'll think, gosh, will it survive this trip? And so now having that tech, having that rugged tech like that, I can rely on it. And it's 100% no worries. I can focus on the climbing, the adventure, survival, safety, and I don't have to think about the tech lasting. And it's really something, part of that equation, that is so important to rely on that out there, because I may miss a story. I may not be able to communicate. So imagine this. If I'm in Antarctica for 2 months, one of the most difficult parts about that expedition is missing my daughter, missing my family, my friends, staying connected with family, which is most important to me. So I can take out my Dell Latitude Rugged Extreme, and this is an authentic plug here. I can connect that to my BGAN satellite system, and I can video chat live with my daughter. And that is absolutely important to me. But not only that, I've got reliable communications in case we need a rescue. And there's so many different ways that tech comes into play here. And it's not just a fun part of it. It's something that I have to rely on. It's something I need in the field. And then you go on to talk about, you mentioned laptops. Well, we've got to be able to download content. We have to be able to triple back it up in the field. We have to edit on the fly. We have to charge with solar panels. There's so many things that come into play behind the scenes. It's absolutely fascinating. And then you mentioned, 8K and HDR. well, I've got to come home and I've got to edit and I've got to render and I have to do this quick. And then, we're doing VR in 8K. We're doing 3D capabilities. And I'm just going to throw in another plug here. Being on Dell Precision and being able to have 8K monitors, being able to have HDR monitors and see this stuff in real time to keep up with the quality that we're capturing in, this is immaculate. I mean, it's an honor and privilege to have, again, the teamwork and the partners that make these possible. And it's, again, it comes from pursuing that organic passion and so many people together. It's really a special situation to be able to do all this with, especially in the tech part, because it's so key to share these stories.
It's awesome, Mike, to hear how you're using technology to help you do what you do in these remote, often dangerous parts of the world, and being able to share that effortlessly with folks like us who are in the comfort of our own home, back in the US or what have you. So keep it up. That's really, really interesting. Thank you so much, Mike. Mike Libecki at MikeLibecki.com. You can check out his work there. Thanks so much for your time.
Hey, it's an honor and pleasure. Thanks for helping share the message.
We'll be back shortly with more Tech It Out, powered by ASUS. For those in search of incredible, visit asus.com/US/radio for more. We'll be right back.
Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want. Find the Tech It Out podcast at iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back to Tech It Out. Black Friday is coming up at the end of next week, Friday, November the 23rd. And so how do you ensure you're going to get a great deal on what you're buying? Well, I wrote about a few recommended apps in my latest USA Today column. And one of them, especially for shopping at retail, is called Flipp. It's spelled Flipp. I invited onto the show Anne Morello from Flipp to tell us all about it and how it works. Welcome to the show, Anne.
Thank you for having me.
For those who haven't yet used it, tell us what Flipp is all about.
Sure. Flipp is a free app that brings all of your local circulars, coupons, and deals right to your phone. And Flipp can help you save money each week on your grocery shopping for household goods, but it is especially helpful for Black Friday and holiday shopping.
Okay, because there are no shortage of shopping apps that can help you score a good deal on Black Friday. So I'd love for you to explain why Flipp is a good one to have. It's mostly tied to retail shopping, correct?
That's right. It is the go-to app for retail shopping. And what Flipp does is it brings all of your circulars and coupons that you'd normally get in the mail right to your phone, right in the app. So it's great for Black Friday, as I said, because you can browse all of the Black Friday circulars to see what the best deals are from all the retailers you love. And if you have a particular item in mind that you want to shop for this holiday season, you can simply type that into Flipp, search for the item, and the app will find the best deals on that item near you.
Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, there are 3 different ways to find deals in your area. One is you can browse. So you can see all those circulars or flyers as they're known in some parts of the country and in Canada, where it's all the familiar stores that you already shop at, but you get the essentially a digital version of all those messy flyers that you may get in your home. So you can browse by store and just flip through the pages digitally using your fingertips. The second way is to use the search engine within Flipp and type for something that you're looking for. The third is tied to something that you just said, which is a smart shopping list. Tell us a bit about that, because I think this is pretty unique.
Yeah, it is very unique, and boy, does it make shopping even easier. So you simply go into the shopping list right in the app, type in the items that you plan to buy, whether it's each week or for Black Friday. So let's say you put in TV, and Flipp will then automatically show you everywhere that TV is on sale near you.
All right, so I've written about Flipp a few times over the last couple of years, but I understand that there are some new features that have been implemented. Tell us about them.
There is. Just in time for Black Friday, we've introduced a new deals feature to the app. So what this new deals feature is it's a tab that you'll see on the bottom of the app, and it makes it even easier to find the hottest Black Friday deals in your area. So within that tab, you can browse by category, for example, electronics or home and garden, or you can scroll through to see the top discounts near you.
So it's a little flame, I think. It's a little icon at the bottom of the screen. So you can go to that right away if you want. And then that's where you can search by category, such as tech or home improvement or home decor, things like that.
That's right. It'll bring all of the hottest Black Friday deals right to that tab, making it even easier to find the best deal and the products that you love.
All right, Anne. So walk us through the process. I think Flipp is available on both of the major mobile operating systems as well as on the web, right? So do you start there? Do you download the app first if it's on a mobile device?
Yeah, download the app at either the App Store or on Google Play, or you can go to flipp.com and use our web version. From there, you're going to enter in your zip code or enter in your postal code, and Flipp will right away bring you all of the flyers, deals, circulars, and coupons near you. Check out the new deals tab and to find all of the hottest deals and trending deals in your area. You can then make a shopping list so that you can stay on track of your Black Friday shopping, make a Black Friday game plan, and really make sure that you're making the most out of your Black Friday shopping. Now, my number one tip to get the best deal for Black Friday is to start early. There's absolutely no reason to wait until the 23rd to plan your shop. There are already tons of Black Friday flyers in the app. So jump on in, download, browse through the circulars, find the best deals, search for what you have your heart set on, and build your game plan based on that, and you'll be all set come Black Friday.
Good tip. And I do want to clarify for our listeners, when you do browse through those circulars, if there's an item you like, you can tap it and it'll drop it into your shopping list, which you can review later, or press and hold, and you're going to get more information about that same product. So you can get a deeper dive, if you will. Like, for example, if it's tech, you may see now the specs of that product or more photos and things like that by pressing and holding it. So that's just a little tip for when you are looking. And then finally, as we wrap up, Anne, we're chatting with Anne Morello from Flipp, which is spelled F-I-P-P. What about the fact that the app can also hold all your loyalty and rewards cards? Tell us about that.
Yes, Flipp will hold all of your loyalty cards from the stores that you shop at most so that you can access them right in the phone, making it even easier to shop and save.
All right, so you no longer have to carry that pocket or purse full of plastic cards when you do shop at your local stores. It can be right inside the app, which is what I do, and then I just hold up that barcode for that cashier to scan, so I get credit for buying something and getting points or whatever that store offers. All right, so again, Flipp with 2 Ps. You can download it for iOS and Android, or go to the website. It's free to use. And how many stores roughly do you support right now as we wrap up?
We work with all of the major retailers across Canada and the U.S., so we're certain you're going to find the stores that you love to shop at right in the app.
Okay, and Morello, thank you very much for your time, and happy shopping season.
Thanks very much, Mark. I appreciate it.
The next 2 interviews on Tech It Out are related to kids. After this short break, we'll chat with Tankee to learn about their kid-friendly video platform, and after that, we'll talk about Rocket Piggy. Stay with us. You're listening to Tech It Out. I'm your host, Mark Saltzman. This is the Radio America Network. Stay with us.
Want to follow Mark? Google him. Mark with a C and Saltzman with a Z. Breaking down geek speak into street speak. This is Tech It Out. Tech It Out with technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman.
Question for all those parents and grandparents out there in radio land. And no judging, I'm just curious. Do you let your kids watch YouTube unsupervised? The answer is probably yes, but you might not know that there's a ton of inappropriate content on the platform. Well, a new platform has popped up called Tankee, and it's dubbed the first safe digital destination for kids aged 6 to 12 who like watching video game related videos. That's a very popular topic on other platforms. So joining us on the line to tell us all about it is Tankee's CEO, Gerald Youngblood. Welcome to the show, Gerald.
Hi, Mark. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be on the show today.
Yeah, pleasure. And how are things in Austin today? Beautiful town.
Very nice. A little muggy, but absolutely beautiful.
I'll take it. Yeah, I love being there. Usually only at South by Southwest, so I got to get over there a little bit more often. So, all right, let's jump right in. Tell us what Tankee is all about.
Tankee is really a platform where we address a very common situation. So we have kids that were born as digital natives, and I think you actually coined the term digital immigrants for us, our generation that weren't native to these platforms. But now you have kids that are carrying around screens with them everywhere they go, and their entire life is on demand. And one of the main pieces of content that they love to watch is gaming content. And right now on the platforms that are popular, as you mentioned, there's a lot of content that's not appropriate for 6 to 12-year-olds. And so Tankee was created out of the need to create a safe space for kids to watch that gaming content. And as the dad of a 9-year-old, I deal with that every day. We really wanted to tackle that head on.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Many a times I've walked past my 14-year-old watching a Fortnite video on YouTube, and the person who's recording, who uploaded that video, is swearing profusely. I mean, there's a lot of profanity in there, and that's just one of the things that parents may not know exists on these videos that are seemingly innocent for younger eyes and ears. So Tankee, it's spelled Tankee. What's the origination of that word, by the way?
So Tankee is actually a common phrase in esports, and so there's commonly a character who is the strongest character on the team and kind of absorbs all the damage from the opposing team. And so the tank is someone that protects the other team. And if someone is tanky in a game, that means that they're unstoppable and they're kind of the first line of defense. And so we see our platform as that first line of defense for parents and kids to keep all the bad stuff of the internet out and let all the good stuff through.
All right, that's great. So Tankee, is it a website? Is it an app? Tell us where kids would access these videos.
So it's a mobile platform that is launching next week on iPad. So we'll launch first on iPad. We'll move on to iPhone, and then shortly thereafter we'll expand to Android as well.
All right, so it is an app then that gives you access to all these videos. It's not like a website you would go to on a mobile phone or a tablet.
Correct. So yeah, it's a platform that's mobile first, and so we'll launch our open beta very soon here on iPad.
Okay, so iOS first for iPhone, iPad, and iPod Touch, and then Android devices following that. And is this a curated collection of gaming? Like, how do you weed out, say, profanity or sexual content, extreme violence, any hate videos, and so on?
So we are a curated platform, and so we watch every piece of content before it goes live on Tankee. And so therefore, it's not just free user-generated content. We actually curate and seek out gamers that make these videos and make sure that it's family-friendly.
Assuming Tankee is free, at least to start, are there ads that are inside of Tankee? And if so, do you also make sure that those are age-appropriate?
Yes, so Tankee is free, and so it is an ad-supported platform, and we actually have a great partner and super awesome that provides safe, family-friendly ads, but we watch those as well before they hit the platform, so they're curated just like the other content.
Okay. We're chatting with Gerald Youngblood. He is the Tankee CEO based in Austin, Texas. This is a new app, a new platform for kids ages 6 to 12 who love watching video game related videos, but instead of ones on YouTube, which may be more inappropriate, and other platforms, Tankee has a curated collection of videos. So that does beg the question where you get your content from. Are you encouraging the gaming community to upload clean videos and you'll look at those, or are you creating these in-house?
A combination of both. So we are always out looking for great talent in the existing influencer community and pulling content from there. And we're also working with the content creators to make exclusive content for the platform. Oh, cool. Do you have an example of that? Like, is there a game where you've worked with the game publisher to create something exclusive for Tankee? We typically are working directly with the influencers and the creators themselves. So we're working with an influencer named Speedy right now to create some custom content for Rocket League. We're working with several other great creators to build content around Minecraft, Roblox, and several other games.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you, actually, Gerald, it's important to have the big games out there that everybody's buzzing about. Because Fortnite is one of those questionable ones, some think it's too violent, others think it's cartoony, and therefore it's more appropriate than something more realistic like a Call of Duty. Where does that game stand? And tell us about some of the popular games, like you mentioned, Rocket League or Minecraft.
So Fortnite is hugely popular, but at Tankee, we really look at making sure that we're living up to our mission of protecting the privacy and the content standards that we have for our audience. And so Fortnite is interesting in that it is extremely popular, and we're looking at it to see if there's family-friendly content that we could include on the platform. But our first priority is to make sure that all the content is safe for the 6 to 12-year-olds on the platform. So it's something we're looking at, but it is not currently on the platform.
Gerald Youngblood, thanks for your time. Appreciate it. That was great.
All right. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it.
That platform, again, is called Tankee, Tankee. Before we take a short break and return with Rocket Piggy, a quick shout out to my sponsor. ASUS creates technology for today and tomorrow's smart life. For those in search of incredible, visit asus.com/US/radio for more info on all their products. That's asus.com/US/radio. We'll be right back.
Breaking down geek speak into street speak. Check it out. Hosted by Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back to Tech It Out. According to the New York Times, Americans have now borrowed more money than they had at the height of the credit bubble in 2008. In fact, the Federal Reserve Bank of New York said that total household debt in the U.S. had reached a new peak of almost $13 trillion. Stats show the younger generation is a lot worse at buying now and paying later than older and perhaps a more financially conservative generation. So how could we do a better job at teaching financial literacy to our kids in a way that it's fun and engaging and hopefully long-lasting as well? One clever solution is called Rocket Piggy. To tell us more, we're joined by Glenn Barrett from Rocket Piggy. Thanks for your time, Glenn.
Thanks, Mark.
Now, we met in the summer, and you took time to show me this very innovative product, so please tell our audience about it.
So, Mark, at its core, Rocket Piggy's a digital piggy bank and educational experience to help teach kids about money. There's two pieces to Rocket Piggy: the parent app, which is called Rocket Piggy, and the child app that we call Piglet. So with Rocket Piggy, the parent app allows parents to set up chores and allowance and jobs. It also allows them to monitor the progress their child is making in playing educational math games.
All right, so the kids are engaged in the content because it's fun, and so they're games, often math games and puzzles and so on. And parents can see their progress remotely on their app, but you can also set up the reward system, if you will, for doing chores, and you can assign it from within the app as well.
Yeah, that's correct, Mark. We know how busy parents are, so we've tried to make this as easy as possible to get the family started. So once a parent downloads the app, we walk them through what we call notifications so they can onboard their child, set up chores, set up the allowance, and then set up the jobs. We also prompt them to pair the parent app with Piglet, the child companion app, so that now the two are connected. After a parent sets the child up, it's now over to the child, and the child will see on their device the chores that mom or dad have assigned to them, the jobs they've assigned, how much money they're receiving, and they get to play the math games as well.
And to be clear, it's not like the parents are depositing digital money into an account or something like that. This is like the honor system where if the child sees that they've earned $2 or $5, then the parents will physically give it to them.
You're right, Mark. This is an IOU, or what we would call a ledger-based system. The real fundamental problem that we have today in teaching kids about money is when we were both young, we had a piggy bank and our parents gave us physical currency. Well, most people don't have physical currency anymore. But for a child, when he sees money in his digital piggy bank, it's real to them. we believe you can start the money learning experience with digital money.
So how would the games teach sort of responsibility, if you will? Or is that just implied through as they grow and they're learning about, the value of a dollar and reward for performing a chore? So what I'm asking is there a direct correlation to teaching financial responsibility or literacy?
So Mark, when you talk to parents about financial literacy, they really don't understand what that is. So when you think about core principles of teaching your kids about money, there's some fundamentals. Money doesn't grow on trees. You have to earn money. Saving for a rainy day. We have some fundamental principles that parents need to teach their kids. But before you can start teaching a kid about the value of money, they have to understand some basic math. So our games are initially focused on fundamental math skills, adding, subtraction, pattern recognition, all the core elements to give a child basic math skills. We then progress into how they earn money is through chores or allowance or jobs. So we're bringing those two key elements together in an experience that we think a kid will find engaging.
Mm-hmm. And we haven't yet mentioned Glenn. Our guest is Glenn Barrett from Rocket Piggy. We haven't talked about the actual physical pig part yet. We've been talking about the app. Can you tell us about that other component of Rocket Piggy?
The parent app, Rocket Piggy, and the child companion app, Piglet, are both available in the Play stores for free. We also have available a physical piggy that has the Piglet software preloaded, and that's available on our website at rocketpiggy.com for $64.99. Now, if you ask us why we did that, quite honestly, most millennial parents we talked to grew up with a piggy bank, and they wanted their kid to have that dedicated device that was all about earning money and learning about financial literacy.
All right, so you can just download the app. You said the Play stores, but that includes the App Store for iOS as well,
yes.
Not just Google Play, right? Just to confirm.
Right.
All right, so you can just download the Rocket Piggy app for mom and dad and the Piglet app for kids and use that platform in order to reward children for performing tasks around the home, for example, earning their allowance, as well as playing educational math-based games in order to sharpen their math skills. But there's also a piggy that you can pick up for $65.
Yeah.
So, and how big is the screen on the piggy?
It's a 4-inch color touch screen, and quite honestly, it's a great experience for the kid.
And what age are you aiming this for? I think it's 4 and up. Is that right?
That's correct, Mark. And the reason we picked 4 is we believe it's never too early to start learning about good financial habits. In fact, there was a recent New York Times article that reported that money habits are formed by the time a child is 7. We believe you can start at age 4.
As long as the games are fun. That's what it always boils down to, because even if they play it once or twice and that's it, they never pick it up again, it's obviously not going to do the trick, and I'm sure you've thought of that. When we return, we're going to continue our chat about Rocket Piggy, the goal of this app, both the app as well as the actual piggy itself, a little cute pig. We'll be right back to learn more about Rocket Piggy. Stay with us.
Follow Mark Saltzman on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Listen to Check It Out whenever you want.
We are chatting with Glenn Barrett from Rocket Piggy to learn about this collection of kids' games that focus on math and counting. And in the back end, it teaches financial literacy, and parents can reward kids as well for doing their chores and other tasks that they set up. Parents get information about the child's progress on their own app. And then if you don't have a smartphone or tablet already for the child to play with, or you prefer to have them own a dedicated device for this, there's a little piggy, kind of like a piggy bank with a screen, and that has the games preloaded. And these are, I think it's over 50 different financial literacy games that encourage counting. There's addition and subtraction. But what if it's too difficult for the child? I mean, between 4 and 7, that's a pretty big window there. So if it's too hard to play, obviously the kids may be turned off. So is there a way that the parents can choose the level for their children?
Right now, there's 50 games that are available on Piglet. Most 4-year-olds will be able to do the basic games of identifying a number from 1 to 3. but we've developed games that are a 2-year journey for a child. So we've set up the game so that the child can choose any game and try that game. I've seen kids on tablets, and they just will keep trying the games until they find one that they can achieve. Now they're organized, by level 1 and level 2, so the easier games are first. But having witnessed children play with our Piglet, the child will find the games that they can do. The games are engaging, and they earn rewards when they successfully complete a game. Now, having said that, these games tie to 2 years of learning. Financial literacy doesn't happen overnight, and basic math skills don't happen overnight. Mm-hmm. So children will engage and play with Rocket Piggy. The other piece that we built into our parent notification is if a child has played a game twice unsuccessfully, the parent's notified, and the parent can sit with the child and play that game on the parent's phone and help their child with those basic math skills.
What's been the feedback so far on Rocket Piggy for your early users? I think you had a crowdfunded campaign in the summer as well. So what's been the feedback for those who have picked up Rocket Piggy?
Well, we had a 100 free piggy giveaway that we ran in the summer, and quite honestly, the feedback has been very encouraging. Our parents love the app. We have parents who have told us that their children will now have a nag-free life because they're doing their chores.
So it is very much like a gamification, as we call it, like being able to see, like to earn something and like there's a next level kind of thing. And then that currency, they don't spend that inside the app, but they will get that physical money from mom and dad as as the IOU system, as you called it.
Well, what we tried to do is make it really easy. Today, if you want to establish a bank account, you have to go into a bank, you need a SIN. How does your kid even get access to that money? So as far as a kid's concerned, this is their real money. And when mom is out with their child at a store and child wants to spend it, mom can use the app to record the child's spending. And that actually shows up on Piglet, where the child must then pay mom back out of his IOUs.
That's great. I get it. All right. So our listeners can go to rocketpiggy.com in order to find links to download the apps, again, for the parents and one for the children. And then it's $65 if you want Piggy, the physical item that has the app integrated for kids as well.
That's correct.
Okay. Rocketpiggy.com. Glenn Barrett, thank you very much for your time. Sounds great. It's a fantastic idea.
Thanks for your time, Mark.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed today's Tech It Out. We first spoke with Mike Libecki, the Nat Geo explorer, about the tech he uses on his expeditions. Then we spoke with Flipp, an app that saves you money by aggregating all of your local circulars, showing you hot deals in your area. We then talked with Tankee about this new kid-friendly video platform that parents can feel comfortable letting their kids play on, even unsupervised. And then finally, speaking of kids, we chatted with Rocket Piggy, this new app as well as a device. It looks like a little pig, but it is meant to be a digital piggy bank with some games built in to teach and encourage financial literacy. I do want to thank our sponsor of the show, Tech It Out. It is ASUS. Tech It Out is brought to you by ASUS, creating technology for today and tomorrow's smart life. ASUS, for those in search of incredible. Visit asus.com/US/radio for more info. That's asus.com/US/radio. If you have any feedback on Tech It Out or you want to suggest upcoming topics or guests, feel free to do so on my website, marksaltzman.com. And I spell my name MarkSaltzman.com, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I'm at Mark_Saltzman. Even if you have a tech question, you can shoot it on over. Wishing you all a great rest of your weekend. We'll catch up with you next time on Tech It Out. Bye-bye for now.